In trading, you need to think about what you're doing. Are you taking a stupid fucking risk right now? What was the catalyst that causes you to want to take that trade right now? You're pushing the button right now based on what kind of stimuli? Is it based on the model that you're trading? Or are you basing it on somebody just said something to you? Or you read something that made you feel uncomfortable and you want to be able to show them something? Are you trying to replace something you're experiencing in your personal life? Relationship breakup, health diminishing, maybe you lost your job. Maybe they said you're redundant, you got to get out of here. Wonderful. That's a good thing. Because now it's got fire on your ass. You better do something. What are you going to do? Start learning how to be financially literate. It doesn't take long to learn how to replace your job. It does take a long time for you to stop thinking stupid shit and repeating stupid shit and telling yourself eventually it's going to give you a different result. I did it as a young 20-year-old. I kept telling myself the things I was doing, I was going to break it. It wasn't going to break me. And the only thing it was doing was allowing me to manifest the very thing that I thought I was avoiding, which was losing and blowing accounts. And I would blow the accounts every single time. I would go in there, try a new method, try a new concept, tinker this, tinker that, take this away, change the settings, start another book, use a different author, different methodology, blend methodologies, put pieces of this one and put it in that one. And all that shit didn't work. And I'm convinced, folks, listen to this one, ready? I'm convinced if someone external from my own person, me, the creator of Smart Money Concepts, if I saw someone else like me and I was exposed to this content at 20, before I recognized my own character flaws, before I recognized all the shit that I was doing wrong and how I thought, I would have still blown my accounts using what I'm teaching you today, because my mind was wrong. My perspective on life, on money making, and about my own abilities and why I didn't deserve it. Because back then I didn't think I deserved it. Deep down inside, I did not believe I deserved it. Something was broken inside of me. I came from very low income family. I came from people that did not encourage one another in my family. And I was in abusive relationships as a child, left in dangerous situations. So I had trust issues. I had every possible thing that could have happened to a child. That was what I was exposed to. So I had a very twisted perspective on everything. So I had to fix a lot of that stuff. And it wasn't an immediate fix. So even though that I know today that my concepts, my approach to reading and trading the marketplace is the highest superior form of speculation and market analysis, there's nothing higher than this, because this gets right to the market, right to the tick, why it should, why it shouldn't, when it will, when it won't. No other methodology does that type of stuff. It gives you the nuts and the bolts as to why it will, why it won't, and times it. It literally spits in the face that everybody says you cannot time the market. You're out of your fucking mind. We do it all the time. No pun intended. But even knowing what I have now as its final form, if it was given to me at 20 years old when I first started, I would have lost money using it. Because I didn't have the right mindset about what I was doing. I was rushing to get out of the job side. And I was just using it as a lottery. If I could just make $5,000 a month, I'm quitting. And I would have quit my job with the first $5,000 net made. And then I'd be fucking scared to death because I have to now trade. When I first learned how to trade, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to time the market. I didn't know what I was looking for a setup. It was just chasing price. But when you quit your job and you don't have any money, you're not funded from your personal life, that has to be assured. You got to give yourself 24 months of living expenses, not affluent living expenses. You have to have 24 months of making your ends meet. That means you don't have to put a trade on every day. And you have to have at least $50,000 as capital. And you can disagree with that all you want. But those that ask me, that's what I tell you. Minimum 50 grand, ideally 100 grand. 2 years in the bank, yielding interest, because you're not gonna want to dip into it, but you have it in case you do. And then you have your well-funded trading account. And if you aim for 1.5% per week, $1,500 is $1,500. It may not meet your present needs right now, but most of you probably don't even make that right now. Most of you probably don't even make $1,000 a week. And those that are in other countries don't even make $1,000 a month. So when you see the potential of using these concepts, where you're at geographically in third world nations, you would be considered affluent, making $50,000 a year. But you're trying to make $50,000 in a month because you see these people that are using 20 accounts and they're parlaying it up. But I promise you, they're scared shitless. They're stressed out. They're thinking about that shit before they go to bed, and they're thinking about it before they wake up. That's not what trading's supposed to be. That's gambling. And you Incorporated is not a casino. And many of you are treating your trading like casino, where you're just placing bets and hoping for the best. And worst case scenario, I just got to pay for resets. What the fuck is that? That's asinine. How about have one account? Have one account where you only got to worry about that one account. Grow it modestly, modularly, soundly. Build the experience without having greed attributed to it, because when you don't know how to trade well and you compound it by having 10, 15, 20 accounts, and then add to it even more that you're trading with other prop firms in addition to that, you're trying to get the maximum. If a trader's really, really well versed in trading and they have that much quote unquote capital, there should be no reason why they should be shut out of their account. Like I've had students already have happened to them. They make too much money and the fund account company say, all right, it's time to go. Okay, pay me out. Have a good life. See you later. They should be able to do that quickly. But you see them constantly rotating through resets. And the reason why they're doing that is because they're compounding the degree of difficulty with the inherent risks. Instead of saying, I'm going to trade with one contract. I'm going to trade with one contract, and I'm going to focus on being excellent about my trading with one contract. And then get good at that. And then what you've done is you replaced any opportunity for greed or performance fear and anxiety, living up to expectations that the social media crowd would want of you. Everybody's got to be a multimillionaire payout now, or you're not the king of trading. You're not the GOAT of trading. Anybody, and even though you just recently saw somebody using my concepts do it, the aspects of over leveraging, anybody can do that. They can find themselves in a parlayed, over leveraged stream of trades where it just happened to yield out a very large payout. But can it be done again? Can it be replicated again? There's other prop firms out there. Can it be done again? Or one of those instances, once in a lifetime, everything fell in favor. The market was just moving so heavy-handedly, and then there you go. It just popped out like it's supposed to magically appear. I don't want my trading like that. You shouldn't want your trading like that. As much as it is nice to have $1 million, but $1 million is not that much money. You can spend $1 million real fast. In fact, I've spent $1.7 million just this year. Hello. Things cost. Things cost, and helping other people, they cost too. And when you have a skill set that can replace that whenever you want it to be there. You can just reach out and pluck it off the money tree. Sounds scammy, doesn't it sound scammy? That someone would tell you, hey, I'm gonna give you the seeds.